The royal family has always been a world of intrigue where loyalty, duty, and power collide in unpredictable ways. But right now, Buckingham Palace is abuzz with rumours about an escalating power struggle that has everyone talking. In the spotlight are two of the monarchy's most formidable women, Queen Camilla and Princess Anne. Just when it seemed that King Charles had secured a stable reign and that the royal family could enjoy a period of peace, Princess Anne stepped in to challenge Queen Camilla's growing influence. Sources close to the palace say this is no ordinary conflict. It's a clash of ideals, a struggle for power, and one that could change the course of royal history. But what exactly triggered this showdown? What happened behind the closed doors of Buckingham Palace that has left even the most seasoned royal insiders in stitches? Let's delve into the palace drama unfolding between these two strong-willed royal women for years. Queen Camilla has carefully navigated the complex waters of royal life, earning respect and gradually cementing her place within the royal family. However, reports now claim her ambition has perhaps grown too great. Insiders suggest that when Camilla made a bold move to solidify her influence in royal affairs, she inadvertently triggered a fierce response from Princess Anne. Princess Anne has spent her entire life dutifully serving the British monarchy, steadfastly upholding tradition and never seeking personal recognition or the spotlight. Throughout the years, she has remained committed to preserving the stability of the institution, demonstrating an unwavering dedication that few can match. Given her deep-seated loyalty to the monarchy, it was not surprising that she took immediate action when reports surfaced about Queen Camilla's attempts to expand her influence within the royal family. According to insiders, Anne swiftly intervened to block Camilla's ambitions before they could take root. To fully understand why Anne took such a firm stance against Camilla's increasing authority, it is essential to consider the historical context of their relationship and the intricate dynamics within the royal family. When Camilla married then Prince Charles in 2005, the royal household carefully navigated how to position her role within the institution. Aware of the public's lingering admiration for the late Princess Diana and the complicated history surrounding Charles and Camilla's relationship, the monarchy made a strategic decision to refer to her as Princess Consort rather than Queen. This distinction was meant to acknowledge Camilla's role without granting her the same status traditionally afforded to a Queen Consort, thereby avoiding further public controversy. However, over the years, there were murmurs that Camilla was not entirely satisfied with this arrangement. As Charles inched closer to the throne, speculation grew that she was quietly pushing for a change in her title. Many believed that she hoped to officially become Queen Consort once Charles ascended to the throne, despite previous assurances that she would remain Princess Consort. When her title was indeed elevated to Queen Consort following Charles's accession, not everyone within the royal family approved. Most notably, Princess Anne. Anne, a staunch defender of royal tradition, viewed Camilla's new title as a direct contradiction to what had been promised to the public. To her, this was not merely a matter of titles, it was about upholding the integrity and consistency of the monarchy. Anne strongly believed that the monarchy should remain steadfast in its traditions, and altering significant roles to accommodate Camilla's ambitions was, in her view, a dangerous precedent that could erode the institution's stability. Tension between the two royal women only intensified as Camilla began asserting herself more prominently in royal affairs. While Anne had devoted her entire life to public service and worked tirelessly without seeking accolades, she began to feel that Camilla, who had spent far less time in royal circles, was positioning herself as a major figure of influence within the monarchy. Anne firmly held the belief that royal roles and responsibilities should be earned through years of selfless service, not simply acquired through marriage. She worried that Camilla's growing influence could shift the monarchy's focus from duty and tradition to something more modern and self-serving. Behind the scenes, reports suggest that Anne took deliberate steps to curb Camilla's influence within the royal family. Leveraging her long-standing relationships within the royal household, Anne allegedly worked to ensure that Camilla was kept out of high-level discussions and restricted from accessing sensitive information. While some viewed this as an act of personal rivalry, those close to Anne insist that her actions were motivated by a desire to protect the monarchy from unnecessary change and potential instability. One of the most contentious issues between Anne and Camilla revolved around the latter's expected involvement in royal affairs. Given her status as the wife of the king, many assumed that Camilla would be included in all major discussions and decision-making processes. Traditionally, past Queen Consorts had been granted full access to state matters and were regularly consulted on key royal issues. However, Anne was adamant that Camilla had not yet earned the right to wield such influence. Determined to uphold what she saw as the rightful order of things, Anne worked discreetly to ensure that Camilla remained excluded from certain strategic discussions. This unprecedented move took many within the palace by surprise, as it marked the first time a Queen Consort had been deliberately sidelined from royal decision-making. While some saw it as a sign of Anne's resistance to change, others interpreted it as a necessary measure to prevent a fundamental shift in the monarchy's internal power structure. By limiting Camilla's access to crucial discussions, Anne effectively curtailed her influence and kept her role largely ceremonial, despite her prestigious title. The tension between Anne and Camilla was not limited to their differing views on royal duty. It also played out in more subtle, public-facing ways, such as their contrasting approaches to fashion and public appearances. Anne, known for her practical and modest wardrobe, has always prioritised function over style, wearing timeless, understated outfits that reflect her dedication to duty rather than any desire for personal attention. She firmly believes that being a royal is about service, not self-promotion, and has consistently rejected any attempts to use fashion as a tool for influence. Camilla, on the other hand, embraced a more glamorous approach, favouring high-end designer pieces that reinforced her elevated status. Her wardrobe choices were carefully curated to project an image of elegance and sophistication, which some viewed as a strategic effort to solidify her position as Queen Consort. Anne, however, reportedly found Camilla's extravagant fashion choices unnecessary and even inappropriate, believing they clashed with the monarchy's more reserved and traditional image. To Anne, Camilla's approach represented a shift toward a more indulgent and modern monarchy, something she was deeply opposed to. The ultimate power struggle between Anne and Camilla came to a head when Camilla, now officially Queen Consort, expected to be granted unrestricted access to key royal discussions and decision-making processes. However, Anne had other plans. According to reports, she continued working behind the scenes with senior palace aides to ensure that Camilla remained excluded from the monarchy's most sensitive affairs. This bold move sent shockwaves through the palace, as it set a significant precedent. For the first time in royal history, a Queen Consort was being denied full access to the inner workings of the monarchy. Anne's decision was not rooted in personal animosity, but rather in her deep-seated belief that Camilla had not yet demonstrated the level of loyalty and dedication required to wield such influence. To Anne, simply being married to the king was not enough. True authority within the monarchy had to be earned through a lifetime of service, something she felt Camilla had yet to prove. As tensions mounted, Camilla reportedly confronted King Charles, demanding to know why she had been sidelined from key discussions. Charles, caught between his sister's unwavering commitment to tradition and his wife's expectations for greater involvement, found himself in a difficult position. In the end, a compromise was reached. While Camilla would retain her title and continue her public duties, her role within the monarchy's decision-making process would remain limited, at least for the time being. This power struggle between Anne and Camilla highlighted the ongoing challenges of balancing tradition with modernity within the royal family. Anne's resistance to Camilla's growing influence served as a reminder that despite the evolving nature of the monarchy, there are still those within the institution who are fiercely committed to preserving its long-standing traditions. Whether Camilla will ultimately gain the full authority she desires remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: Anne will continue to be a steadfast guardian of the monarchy's historical integrity, ensuring that it remains unshaken by personal ambitions and external pressures.